Hi guys, you're here with Impact Krav Maga in San Diego, and today we're talking about the use of focus mitts. So the focus mitts are the objects that I have on my hands right now, and these are targets or pads that people routinely use to develop certain type of fighting capabilities or improve certain type of fighting capabilities. Boxing, MMA, Muay Thai have routinely used focus mitts, continue to use focus mitts, and definitely have shown tremendous results improving fighters' ability to fight and so on. So when we talk about Krav Maga, it is also a fighting system. So in Krav Maga, we should too also use focus mitts to improve upon these components. At Impact here, we have been using focus mitts since day one, and what we've seen is students have tremendously improved their own fighting abilities, self-defense abilities, as well as Krav Maga abilities. Focus mitts work on a few different things. First of all, it works on timing, and we'll talk about that. They work on agility, coordination. Stamina is another big one. Of course, the biggest one will be striking mechanics. Defensive capabilities are also improved through focus mitt work if used correctly. Focus mitt work is a two-man job. You're responsible for each other's safety, each other's development. So if you don't know how to correctly hold the focus mitts for your partner, first of all, is not getting the appropriate training. Secondly, you're jeopardizing your own safety to a certain degree, and of course, the safety of your partner. So our job today is to talk a little bit about how to improve upon overall, if you want to call it, focus mitt etiquette, how to correctly hold the focus mitts, how to safely hold the focus mitts. Now, before we get into this, I just want to preface this by saying the goal is not to develop for us, of course, that is, competitive fighters. This is not for people that want to be professional boxers and want to develop advanced combinations. This is more for ordinary people looking to learn self-defense, looking to improve on their focus mitt performance, for our students looking to get a little bit more proficient in holding focus mitts, just to develop overall proficiency in this topic. This also follows the couple of articles that we wrote in the last couple of months where we discussed the use of focus mitts, how to do this correctly in our blog. When working with focus mitts, the first thing to discuss is how to properly present the focus mitts to your partner. Let's start first by how to properly hold the focus mitts. When holding focus mitts, you want to hold them in a neutral position. And when defined neutral position right now is the target, which is of course the inside of the focus, should not be presented towards the partner until the partner is ready to strike. So neutral position would be something like this, or like this, where the focus mitts are away from the visible side of your partner, if you will. So usually we tell our students, hold the focus mitts at the level of your chest facing you. That's kind of the beginning. When presenting focus mitts, usually the goal is to present one focus mitt at a time that matches the combination that the partner is doing. So for example, if the partner does 2 straight punches, left, right, you would present 2 focus mitts in that order, left, right. When presenting them, usually the goal is to hold them and present them at the level of the shoulder. Definitely not too wide, and we'll talk about safety as to reasons why a little bit later. And also not too far away from your body. I'll show you from an angle. Thinking about when you're going to meet them, and we'll talk about meeting as we go as well, maybe maximum 10 inches away from your body, maybe a foot, but no more than that. The more you go away, the more dangerous it becomes for you and not so comfortable for you to hold. Let's take basic 3 strikes. So let's take the straight punch, the hook, and the uppercut. And I'll show you how to hold for each one. So for straight punches, you're presenting, again, at the level of the shoulder, facing the focus mitts towards your partner. When we talk about a hook, because it's a circular strike, you want to present it facing in to meet it flush against the glove of the partner. And of course, the uppercut, being a strike that comes from below up, you want to meet it the reverse way, which is basically focus mitt facing down. At the end of each combo, you should return the focus mitts to neutral position until you're ready to start again. Alright guys, so let's continue talking about the focus mitt work. Again, we're introducing Veronica. You remember her from some other videos that we have done. So her and I are going to continue this work and show you a little bit how to work in pairs on focus mitts. So we're going to start very simple first. I'm going to do individual strikes so you can get a little bit of perspective, seeing how I meet when she strikes and how we're behaving together. Okay, so this is just some simple work. You saw what we did, neutral position. I would present, she would go. She would always go with the cross hand to cross hand. So I mean my right to her right, left to left, and so on. Sometimes I can call the combo, say 1, 2, and she knows what she has to do. Sometimes I just show and she has to do. And this is all depending on the agreement between the two parties. One thing you might have noticed what we were doing, especially me as a folksmith holder, I wasn't just letting her hit the folksmith, I was actually timing and meeting her. And this is the next thing I want to discuss with you. Alright guys, so why am I meeting Veronica when she's striking? Let's first analyze the concept of the strike. Whenever Veronica is punching, she's trying to take her fist or her glove, depending on the circumstances, and try to put it through the face of the attacker. When she punches that face puts resistance against her punch. So what does that mean? It means that if she doesn't know how to correctly engage her right muscles at the right moment when there's contact between her fist and the face, she's not going to do enough damage to the attacker, and actually in the process may end up causing more damage to herself. So by contracting her muscles, knowing when to do it at the right time, she's developing not only proper mechanics of the strike, but also learning how to develop proper power of the strike. So what does that mean for me? Well, it means that when I'm holding focus mitts, I should be holding in such a way where I'm giving her that resistance. So she's training her body to act appropriately, like if she was striking a real target. Now, if I don't meet her, obviously she's not getting the full training, but also you can think of it, I'm putting myself in danger. Why? Imagine if this is my focus mitt and she's punching, but I do no resistance. I just hold it like a balloon. When it gets hit, this is going flying. And when it's going flying, this puts a lot of strain and a lot of energy into my shoulder. So people that sometimes that don't know how to hold focus mitts correctly, sometimes start developing shoulder issues, elbow issues, to a certain degree, even wrist issues. So definitely knowing how to contract and meet in that proper timing between the two parties is really important. So let's show you this. We'll start with the cross. What you're seeing is when she's striking, I'm meeting her by sending the focus mitt forward, and at the moment of contact, contracting my body while she's contracting hers. We contract for equal power for equal amount of time, and then we both retract the punch, or retract the focus mitt in this case. Let's do a hook. Same thing here. As she goes to throw the hook, I go to meet. And as I meet, again, I provide resistance with my body, equal timing and equal power between the two parties. So me as the focus mitt holder, in essence, what you can think of is as if I'm punching on my own, but with minimal arm motion. So for example, for straight punches, this is the motion, I'm meeting. This is the action. For hooks, I'm meeting sideways, but you see how my body's engaged. I'm contracting my core. I'm doing everything she's doing, but on a smaller scale. For an uppercut, it's opposite way, but it's still the same idea. I'm still contracting. So knowing how to do this improves her striking mechanics and maintains my safety. All right, guys, so as we were talking about contraction, one thing you have to understand that you're only as good, or she is, the striker, is only as good as the person behind the focus mitts. So focus mitt work is a collaboration between the two people. It's not a competition. So for example, if she is striking too hard and too fast and I cannot keep up with her power or the timing, first of all, it's not doing her any benefit. Secondly, it's putting me in jeopardy. You can also say this the other way. If I'm going too fast for her to keep up with my presentation of the focus mitts, she's also not getting any benefit out of this training. So keep it fun, keep it collaborative, not competitive. Definitely enjoy this work. This is going to help you develop as a unit together. Other overall safeties in general here, never strike full force when working with a focus mitt partner. Remember, there's always a person on the end of the focus mitt. So focus mitt work is not meant for 100%. Bag work, on the other hand, is. So if you want to develop power, strike more bag. If you want to develop more timing, coordination, agility, use some focus mitts. Having gloves on definitely is good when striking focus. It protects your wrist. Even if you, better if you have wraps underneath, even better. So when you're striking for a long amount of times, wraps, gloves, definitely will keep you safe. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram. Check us out in person in North Park in San Diego. Also go to our blog. There's a 2-part article where we discuss more work on focus mitts. As usual, keep the comments coming. We'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks for your support.